there's no possibility to ever change a Kubrick film. There's no such thing as a director's cut. Yeah? No. That's what it is. So he also never went back to watch his films. Only for technical reason, if a new internegative was produced or something like that. But it's just not a topic. It's purely theoretical. Only journalists come up with that stuff. Yeah. It's just not a problem. I mean, first of all, okay, these are just stories that are being multiplied and multiplied. Of course, there may be a scene where he did it 100 times. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, sometimes a nuance. The most important part is that you get it right, and he did get it right because his films do not disappear. They're all there. Well, how often does that happen to a filmmaker? Yeah? Oh yes, when you buy lenses, they're very expensive. You try to get 5 to select the best because they're not all equal. So it's very simple. Clockwork Orange played very well in England, but then he was accused of the weirdest things, and he had 3 daughters in schools, and the children came home with strange stories about how awful their father was and this film, how negative it was. So he was fed up with it. And he went to Warner Brothers and says, look, just pull it off. For Warner Brothers, it was much more important to keep Kubrick on their side than whether the film played longer in England or not. And so that's how it happened. It's not all that dramatic. Yeah, well, he never talked to the media. Only the same people after each film, 2, 3, like Michel Simon and Alexander Walker, and so the same people. He didn't enjoy talking to because he didn't want to explain his films. He would not do what I do. Yeah, so he didn't. And I remember when there was a terrible review once about something, a gossipy column after Full Metal Jacket. And I went to Stanley's office and said, let me talk to this guy. And he said, oh, don't. You never get rid of him. Yeah, that was his attitude. No, look, any artist has to make it so that he is satisfied or she is satisfied. Whether you're a painter or a composer or a novelist, you have to do it for yourself in the first instance. And then you have to hope that many people like it. You can't make it for somebody. You have to be in it if you're an artist. Yeah? Oh, he was disappointed because the film wasn't successful. Yeah, he put his love and care into this film. And then it wasn't particularly. It was okay in Spain and in France or Italy, but it was not good in the United States and in England. So of course he was disappointed. He wanted Warner Brothers, the backers, to get their money back. Of course he was disappointed. But he was very, very sad because it's a work of love and care. But if the audience doesn't like it, there's nothing you can do about it. Well, it was not my.
Well, it was my problem.
No. Look, a film is made by one person. It's the amalgamation of the writer and the director into the filmmaker. It's one person. One person makes a painting, writes a symphony. It's always the same. It's one. And if you ask who builds a house is built by the architect and his client and by nobody else. Yeah? And the same is true for filmmaking. It's a writer and the director become the filmmaker. Even the greatest actors are supporting the filmmaker. They don't make the film. Yeah? It didn't bother him.